Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Slim8251. I'm doing a deck profile of my Debris Dandy deck, and here it is. Alright, we got two Dandelions, self-explanatory, ditch them, get two tokens. We got two Lone Fires, search for whatever plant you want, Titanium basically, or a Dandy if you need it. I run two Caius. I think three might be too much. Um, I don't know, like, you have a lot of tribute fodder in here, but for some reason, every time I draw a Caius, well, normally I don't have something to tribute because it was destroyed, or I don't, like, have a card that I would tribute for a Caius. Um, got one Spirit Reaper, awesome. When it attacks directly, you discard one of their cards. I've always had like a huge field with like a Stardust, Black Rose on the field, and they have nothing, so I can just attack with Spirit Reaper with no worries. Just discard the last card in their hand, or just some really good card that I don't know might win them the game. I'll just discard that. So I mean, I think he helps a lot. Um, Sangan, amazing, really good searcher. Um, there's a little a loop kind of thing with a Debris Sangan. When you get Sangan in the grave, you can search for whatever you want, and if you draw Debris, you can summon Debris and then get Sangan from the grave, and then Synchro for Black Rose or whatever you want, and then you can search again for another Debris, and then summon that Debris next turn, get Sangan again, and do the exact same thing 3 times with three, since I run 3 Debris. So I mean, it's really nice. It's just like 3 Black Roses right away, or whatever you want. And here are the 3 Debris. This card is so broken, it's not even funny. I've heard a lot of people say they hate this card, but the reason they hate it is because it's so good. Um, I Debris is just I I can't even explain how amazing this card is. It's won me so many duels. It is the heart and soul of this deck. Besides the Dandelions, like really, this Debris Dragon is wow. Like constant synchro. You summon it, you're gonna synchro like right away, no matter what, unless they have like I don't know, like a trap hole or something. It doesn't really matter, but Debris is so good. Next, Titanium, self-explanatory. If you draw into her, she really sucks unless you can somehow ditch her. But like having her in your deck when you draw a Lone Fire or something, that's really nice. Um, like if I start off a hand with Lone Fire, then you know you're set for the next few turns pretty much. Next I have 2 Raikos. I ran 3, but I'm teching one out just so I can have more room for extra cards that I've added in lately. Raiko, like I say, yeah, I mean he's really good. He can nuke whatever you want. Next we got one Effect Veiler. I don't know, just self-explanatory. Uh, I only run 1. I honestly don't think 2 is that great because honestly I never use her effect that often anyways. I normally just use her as a 1-star tuner, um, so I can get like that Formula Synchron and then sync for Stardust and then get Shooting Star. But I mean her effect is good, especially if they have a Scrap Dragon that they summon and you have a Veiler in your hand. But I only run 1 right now just because I honestly don't think it's as broken as everyone thinks it is. Just my opinion. I run 2 Quick Draws. Um, like the heart and soul of this deck basically consists of the 3 different cards: Debris, Dandy, and Quick Draw. If you have a Dandy in the grave with Debris, I mean you're synchroning right away for Black Rose or whatever. If you have a Quick Draw and a Dandy in your hand, that just sets you up for a Nitro Warrior, or a Junk Archer, or a Dro Warrior. Normally, if I start with a Quick Draw and a Dandy in my hand, I'll just get Dro Warrior and poke for 1200 each turn, and then like that's game in like 5 turns. So I'm taking in 1 Snowman Eater right now. This card is so good. The fact that it has 1900 defense makes it even more broken, but I'm not going to make it, or I'm not going to have more than 1. I thought about it, but I mean, I get him in the grave so easily, and basically you want him in the grave, so when you summon Debris, you can bring him back, and then you can synchro for Gungnir, which with Gungnir out makes this deck even like so much better than what it was. But yeah, just 1 Snowman Eater because, I mean, you can get him basically whenever you want. You have Foolish, you have Charge, Um, you have a bunch of cards just basically to mill and get him in the grave. Um, Gores, self-explanatory. If you're for some reason can't draw anything and you have no monsters and they attack, I mean, you can just drop him. Gores has helped me out so much with like when they summon a Yugioh, I'll just drop the token and then next turn suicide the token with their Yugioh. And one Spore, self-explanatory, get it back from the grave, whatever. Basically make it whatever star tuner you want. And final monster, Card Trooper, Mills, 1900 attack, sets the grave, self-explanatory. And you're probably wondering why I don't have a glow-up bulb in here, and I just don't have one right now. But yeah, I really don't know what I would take out for the glow-up bulb right now. Maybe the Card Trooper, I'm not sure. Alright, here's the spell cards. We're on 1 tuning. For some reason, like every time I get tuning, you mill 1 card, and I always mill a Dandelion, which is amazing, because then I'll just, if I don't have a card for quick draw to special summon him, I'll just normal summon him by tributing 1 token, and then use the other token to synchro for a Drill Warrior. I don't know, tuning is just so good. Next, I run 3 Pot of Avarice. This is needed, definitely, because you set your grave constantly, and like, I don't know, you have so many good cards in this deck that you use them and they go straight to the grave, so you definitely need to keep like replenishing your deck and keeping like the grave set to what you want. Like normally if I have 6 monsters in there, including like a Pot of Avarice and Dandies, I mean you always, or Pot of Avarice, Snowman Eater, like normally I want to keep my Snowman Eater in there just so I can keep bringing my debris back. Like, I've won so many games by keeping my Snowman Eater in the grave and using Pot of Avarice, putting my 3 debris back into my deck, and then drawing a debris off the 2 cards you draw, and then just summon debris and synchro for Gungnir again. So, I don't know. Pot of Avarice is definitely needed in this deck. I think 3 is just the perfect ratio. If you have 2, that's good, but honestly, I have had dead draws with Pot of Avarice, but I mean, you're definitely going to need it more than you don't need it. So, Cold Wave, staple. 1 for 1. In this deck now, it's basically a staple. Send whatever to the grave, get a Spore. You can send a Dandy to the grave, which is even better. Get 2 tokens, and then get a Spore or Glow Up Bulb. And then you can sync for Formula Synchron. There's so many shooting star plays in this deck with 1 for 1 and Monster Reborn and Lone Fire and Debris. Like, you have so many options of getting shooting star out in this deck, it's not even funny. Dark Hole, staple. Monster Reborn, staple. Charge of the Light Brigade. Yeah, set your grave, get you a Raikou. If you need something off the field on your opponent's side that you can't seem to get off, just charge. Charge is the answer. Giant Trinade, staple. Foolish Burial. Yeah, I let you get Dandy, Snowman Eater, if whatever, basically, like, if you have a debris in your hand, I mean, and a Foolish Dandy or Snowman Eater. So it's basically your choice whether you want a Gungnir or a Black Rose or whatever. Foolish is so good. Gold Sark. I'm taking this in right now. I honestly think it's working out pretty good. If there's a card that I can't seem to draw, like if I have a Dandy and I need a quick draw or something like that, then just Gold Sark the quick draw. Yeah, it's whatever card you need. It'll fetch it for you. Staple, 3 Book of Moon. 3 Book of Moon is starting to be a staple in like every deck now, just because it's so amazing. It stops your opponent's plays constantly, and if they attack and you need that 1 monster for your next turn, then you can just Book of Moon their monster. I don't know. Book of Moon is just so broken. I don't know. I don't know. All right. For traps, very limited. We got 2 Bottomless. Pretty much a staple in this deck now. I would run 3 Decrees, but I don't know. I think that Decrees are destroyed too easily. But yeah. Plus, people are running more Decrees nowadays, so even if they do Decree, I mean, you only have 4 traps in here, so it's not very often you're going to get a dead draw of a trap. So, 2 Bottomless, got a Torrential, and Call of the Haunted. Alright, that's the main deck for you. And then the side deck, I just kind of threw it together for regionals I was at a while ago. Um, Raigeki Break, Creature Swap. I had Creature Swap in here and it worked out really well. I'm just trying to tech some other stuff in there right now, and I figured that was the best choice to take out. Uh, the one Raikou I took out. Dust Tornado, Divine Wrath, Karma Cut, Consecrated Light, 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, Ceasefire for like mirror matches, Nobleman of Crossout, Imperial Iron Wall, and 3 Light Imprisoning Mirrors. Yeah, a bunch of traps. And this is definitely not a trap heavy deck, so I just tech like one at a time or whatever, depending on the deck I'm playing. And here is the here's the side deck, or the extra deck, I mean. I run 2 Formula Synchron. I run Canister, 2 Drill Warriors. I was told to run 1, but honestly, I can get Drill Warrior out like a lot now, so I run 2. Goyo, Bryonic, Gungnir, and 2 Black Rose. I did do 3 Black Rose, but I took 1 out so I could have the Gungnir. I'll probably try and get 3 Black Rose back in there and like 2 Gungnir, so I'll try and think of 2 others to take out, but for now it's working. I got 1 Nitro Warrior. I had Junk Archer in here, but Nitro Warrior proved to be the better one, because I don't really have to push for game with Junk Archer anymore. 2 Stardust Dragon, 1 Junk Destroyer, and 1 Shooting Star Dragon. Alright, well, that's the deck. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'd like to know what you guys think of the deck. You can proxy it out, see if you like it. This is by far the best deck I've ever made so far. I've won so many tournaments with it. I don't know, the whole deck is self-explanatory. It's just so good, and it's so consistent, it's not even funny. Like, every time you're going to get good plays. There's a dead draw every now and again, but that's about it. So, alright, thanks for watching. See you later.